Shola Shoson, and I'm excited that we're talking again today. We've had amazing conversations this past couple of days, and I believe that somebody is getting something. I'm here to help, and I'm here to share information. If they end up motivating you, that would be fantastic. If it helps you change something about how you're doing things now, such that you get better results, that would be even more amazing. Now, it's important for you to take action, to learn, and like Jim Rohn said, let your learning lead to action rather than knowledge. It was an interesting statement. The way he put it was not very polite, so I'm not going to repeat it exactly. But my takeaway is that let your learning lead to action, not just knowledge. Okay, so when you learn something new, take action, contemplate it. Once you decide that it's good information, implement it, because like we have said repeatedly, those little marginal changes every day, they're the ones that give you the results. That's the compound effects, the consistency, the taking up a new habit, adjusting something, right, and doing it consistently will you yield results for you eventually. And last video we talked about letting go of bad habits. Now we talked about evaluating, tracking, because you can't get a handle on something that you have not measured. You don't know whether something is working for you or not if you haven't measured it. So you want to measure, you want to track, you want to evaluate, right? And then come to a decision that this thing is not serving you, because obviously, like we said, you have decided on what it is that you want to achieve, and you have identified everything that is standing in the way of that, and you have decided what the triggers are, right? And then you start removing those triggers one after the other, and then those bad habits go away, right? Jim Rohn also referred to something called the your education versus entertainment ratio. Now, that can be a very, very useful measuring tool for you to decide whether a habit is helpful to you or not. If you're not learning more than you're getting entertained, you want to adjust that, because that is certainly not serving you. Now, on the flip side, how do you pick up good habits? How do you set yourself in motion? How do you set your life in motion to achieve results that you desire? Now, a good way to evaluate this is to picture your life in the broader sense, in what you would want your life to look at its full bloom, so to speak. So you want to have that picture in mind. You want to articulate it and describe it. You want to be in so and so state of health. We've talked about those 4 areas of your life. You want to decide what your health and your lifestyle will look like. You want to talk about your career goals. You want to talk about family and relationships, and you want to have a heightened sense of spirituality. So you want to be closer to that higher power, or you want to be more aware of yourself, because when you're closer to being yourself, then you're more like God, if you believe in God, obviously, like I do. Now, because God is in every human being, the closer you get to being yourself, your true self, your untainted, untouched self, if you will, your true self, your authentic self, the closer you get to being like God. So once you have evaluated all of that, you want to now you want to write down habits that are going to deliver those results to you. You're smart. You know some of these things. I mean, really, life is not the reason why a lot of people don't get results is not because they don't know what to do. It's getting up and doing those things. That is where the challenge is, and that is where you have to drive yourself in that particular direction. So once you have that picture painted in your mind, you need to figure out what habits are going to get you there. So if you want to be healthy in your old age, then you know you have to start eating right now. You have to start exercising. So those are good habits that you want to cultivate, right? You want to have a fantastic family life. You want to have a happy marriage. There are good habits that will deliver those results to you. So once you have itemized all of those, you have set those goals, you have decided what those habits are, then you begin to pick them up one after the other and implement them in your life. Like I said earlier, You learn something new, you take action. That's when you can get results in that area. If you keep learning and you keep learning and you're not doing anything with that information, then like Jim Rohn said, your learning is leading you to knowledge, not to action. And if you don't take action on new information, you might as well not have learned anything new, right? Because you're no better than someone who didn't hear that information if you don't do anything with it, right? And what I described by having a broader picture, painting a picture of what it is that you want your life to look like, right, in future, can be likened to your why power. That is what will drive you. That is what will make you stick to those routines that you have set, make you follow through on those good habits, make you stay the course because of that future that you have painted. So it's important for you to have that goal written down. Make it as detailed as possible. Remember, goals have to be as detailed as possible, because that is when you can unleash your creative power to set the bringing to life of those goals in motion. And you can set your brain on a fact-finding mission, on a solution-finding mission. Your brain is not just lying dormant. It is aware that this is where this person who I'm in their body, this is where this person wants to go. And your brain gets to work in bringing things that are now in your consciousness to your awareness, right? So you're able to spot opportunities because you have decided this is the kind of life that you want. You can spot opportunities that will deliver those results to you, and your innate creative power is unleashed so that you can now begin to think and take action and be consistent about getting the results that you want. So picking up good habits is about deciding on what you want your life to look like, and then setting goals that will deliver those results to you and following through, right? That picture that you have painted, again, is your why power. So if you have decided that you want, in the area of lifestyle, you want to be healthy, like I said, that is your why power. You don't wait until you're in a sick state of body before you start doing something about what you can do something about. So if it's eating healthy, if it's taking exercise, if it's drinking a lot of water, if it is cutting back on one thing or the other. We've talked about bad habits, right? So we're focusing on good ones. Okay, I won't talk about those bad habits anymore, because I believe you have decided to walk away from them because they're not serving that purpose that you see. Again, so that's my encouragement to you this at this time, okay? Because I don't know when you'll be seeing this. And I thank you, Miss Lawrence and Mr. Taiwo, for joining me on this session, and I hope it has been helpful to somebody. I hope somebody will see this and they'll go like, oh, okay, so that's what I need to do. Yes, that's what you need to do. So get to work. Again, let learning lead to action, not just knowledge. All right, so I'm as usual here to help, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Be you, be brilliant, and be free. All right, good night or bye-bye. See you next time. We'll talk soon.